Good late afternoon. Welcome to another edition of my 5D Secret Garden, where you just gotta be a secret if you want to succeed in this world, because once they know, they try to keep you secret forever. So it is what it is. That's why they keep it like this. They won't put you in the algorithm. I can't get noticed, but listen, it's no big deal because we're creating the energy. It doesn't matter who sees this. The people who are seeing it now are meant to see it. Just know it's all divinely guided. This is all just all going to work out. Wouldn't have came this far if it wasn't. Let's see some astrological cards. Let's get a couple, see what kind of energy we're dealing with here. We have a Sagittarius that came out the last time I did that. Fire sign. And fire too. I just said that. Fire sign, and then the fire came out. So this is definitely a fire sign. Sagittarius. So this is gonna be a fire reading. I mean, that was easy. 23 and 9. So that'd be 5. Fire would be 5. Sagittarius 9 endings. House 9. Uranus. I believe that Uranus is going in. Somebody says that. They said Uranus. But I mean, was it Uranus? I mean, I don't know. I always said Uranus. But then people are like, Uranus. But I believe this is actually going into a new, I don't know if it's retrograding or not. Whatever. I believe it might be going into Gem. I don't know. I know this is going in somewhere new. So why don't we leave it there with those three? So we have this, whatever, maybe this Uranus at retrograde, Sagittarius, fire. So this is 100% about Sagittarius, okay? 100%. So, or if you're a fire sign. So let's get started. So we got a Sagittarius here that is going to benefit from this, I believe this change when Uranus goes into the new planet. I forget. I should have looked it up before I did this. I didn't expect Uranus to come out. I didn't expect it. So we got a Knight of Swords in reverse. So we got a restless, unfocused, burnt out, impulsive person running around, riding around on a horse upside down. You know, so this is a person that is out of control, brother. Okay, I don't know if this is that Sagittarius. This could be the Sagittarius. You know, that person could be, losing it. Knight of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. So let's get a little more information here. So, brother, the sun is here again. So, where there's fire, this comes from the sun. You know what I mean? Anything and all is created from the sun. The sun is what everything revolves around. So that makes a lot of sense with fire. And, so this is a very, very summary reading we got here, with the exception of this Uranus. But that must be going for us when it does the change, because that means a new cycle, because it's like it's a generational planet. So when this changes into a new cycle, maybe it is going. I think it was Gemini. I believe. I got to look into that. I'll figure out after this. Oh, Lord. So we got Justice in reverse. So I would say this Knight of Swords person here is believing that they're not taking accountability. They feel like it's unfair, and they're being dishonest. They're also being punished. So that'll probably be the result of what happens for whatever retrograde that we're going through. I believe there might be a Mercury retrograde too. So a lot of times these things continue to happen, and they give you this other opportunities to shine bright. So these people are restless over you, the Sagittarius fire sign that is shining brightly, okay, because of the turn of how this affects Uranus when it goes into the new sign it goes into. It affects all of them differently. It becomes a whole new cycle. And again, this Queen of Wands is here. So we know that, so we have a Queen of Wands who's a Sagittarius, okay, that is shining bright like the sun. This was the same exact thing as last read. Queen of Wands and the sun. Look at the read, okay? So these cards don't lie. That's why I'm saying, like, you know, this one guy commented on my Facebook. I just put something on there. He called me a piece of shit wannabe and told me to go F myself. But I didn't even say nothing to this guy. I'm like, this guy just comes out of nowhere and starts writing that stuff. But he thought I was going to get mad about it. I said, sir, there's no need for insulting people here. I said, you know, I would recommend not coming on people's pages and calling them pieces of shit. But then, whatever, what's the guy going to say? Like, what would be the point of you saying it? Like, it's ridiculous. So I was like, whatever. The guy's from, like, California. It's like all the way across the country. I don't even know this guy. Charles, his name was. Because 6 of Wands in reverse. Because he has got a big ego, that bum, you know, coming on my thing, thinking he could talk to me like that. But he has no idea who he was dealing with. Because he has lack of confidence, the lack of recognition. He's very unpopular, whatever. So this is basically this Knight of Swords. I'm not talking about that guy. I don't care about that guy. So we had this Knight of Swords who's restless, unfocused. Also has a big ego, lack of confidence, and now is becoming very unpopular. And they feel that this is very unfair that they have to go through this. They feel that this Queen of Wands, being in sun energy, this Sagittarius, this fire sign that's in sun energy, they feel that's unfair. How about it? How about that? It's always unfair, right? It's unfair when the rabbit gets the gun, they say. Oh, it's unfair. Hold on. Wait, give it back. We got to do you. Oh. 6 of Pentacles in reverse. So this is a one-sided charity. This is basically these people taking, and, you know, wanting. And now they're not getting. Because it's just is what it is. It's 6 of Pentacles in reverse. You know, it's the strings attached. They're trying to dominate with the ego. That's just going to be the end of them. This Knight of Swords makes them unfocused. They're all over the place, and they're not refusing to take accountability. So how long could this possibly last? And it's all because they see this Queen of Wands in sun energy. I mean, you're all going crazy like this because of one person in sun energy. What does that tell you? That tells me that these people know that this is energy right here, okay? They know that this person called back their energy and they want it back, and that person is protected by the Queen of Swords, okay? You can't get to this person's energy no more. You cannot get to their subconscious mind anymore. It is protected by the Queen of Swords all day, every day, okay? That's what the last reading said, so I'm gonna go with this, saying it the same thing here. It's the same exact reading as last one, except it's about Sagittarius. Definitely a fire sign. Page of Swords in reverse. So these people have been nothing but deceptive, manipulative. They've done everything in their power to, you know, act like they were helping you. They were acting like, you know, they were your friend or like your family. But all these people have been doing the whole time is stealing this energy, this sun energy, from this Queen of Wands, who's a Sagittarius. And they've been deceiving them until the point that this person finally realized what was going on. And now these people, they're restless. They're under, you know what I mean? Their ego is taking a hit. Knight of Swords, you know, 6 of Wands reverse, 6 of Pentacles reverse, Page of Swords reverse. All because of this Queen of Wands that's in sun energy. Just because of that, because they know that person's a star, brother. That's why. They know that person's going to be a star. And they were trying to keep that from them. They didn't want that to happen for them. And that's why these people are all in their ego now. I mean, and they wonder why they weren't chosen. You know, they wonder. One day they'll learn. One day they'll get that Ace of Swords clarity. But for now, they're exhausted with the 4 of Swords in reverse. These people are burnt out. This is over, okay? They're restless, burnt out. Knight of Swords reverse. I mean, this is unfocused. You know what I mean? The same thing, burnout. So confirms that. Page of Swords in reverse. That's just all about deception, trying to manipulate their way out of it. This is, you know, 6 of Pentacles reverse. Whatever they were promised, or they promised whatever's unpaid debts here. You know what I mean? They could have said, oh, we'll get you this if you do this. and they didn't come through. So now these people are owe people money, and now they're, you know, they don't have it for that, and they're all in their ego about the whole thing, thinking, oh my God, I can't believe that this Queen of Wands, this star and sun energy, is you know, actually being able to defeat all these people. And they think it's not fair, justice in reverse. They think it's not fair that this Sagittarius, this fire sign, is, you know, defying the odds, and it could have a lot to do with the Uranus, you know, retrograde or whatever, moving into a different sign, with Mercury retrograde also in effect, I believe. So, you know, and there was just a super moon, so I knew they did some work there, and that got sent back to them. So that could have been, you know, an automatic return to sender. So all these people are going to get out of this whole situation. All they're going to get is the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. That's all that's going to happen for them, okay? They think that's not fair. They are upset about this Queen of Wands, the Sagittarius Queen of Wands that is in sun energy, that is going to benefit greatly off this Uranus retrograde or movement there. So why don't we leave it there? We see right now this is with that karmic energy. So, you know, like you said, everybody's got different scenarios. What I'm doing is it's what comes to my head, and then I start talking about it. It's not all about me, it's not all about this one, it's just whatever comes. So we got a nice Sagittarius, very much the same read as last time with the Queen of Wands and the Sun, and you know, that's it. We'll go from there. And oh yeah, let's do one of these. I'm gonna start remembering to do this once in a while, or every once, so I get that last one, like the fortune teller thing. It's like having a bunch of fortune cookies in my hand right here. A new chapter is beginning. Embrace the change, brother. Okay, so we're on to a new chapter. This Queen of Wands, the Sagittarius that's in sun energy, is on to a new chapter. And these people, they're going, you know, I mean, they're not going to be in this book no more. This new chapter does not have these karmic energies in it. They are actually, you know, we no longer need them in that story. So there we go. So have a good day. I'm going to do another one.